Hello geeks and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. This is Sai Prakash Reddy here, and today I'm going to solve a problem called as the Help Classmates, and this is the day 17th problem of 30 Day Geeks for Geeks Coding Challenge. So the problem statement something like this. So Professor X wants his students to help each other in the chemistry lab. So he suggests that every student should help out a classmate who scored less marks than him in chemistry and whose roll number appears after him. And but the students are lazy, they don't want to search too far, they each pick the first roll number after them and that fits the criteria. So find the marks of a classmate that each student picks, right? So these are marks of some students, and professor wants them to help a student with the marks that are less than him and whose roll number are followed by them, right? So if this is the person, so his roll number is 0, and he can help anybody from roll number 1 to n, right? So the roll number coming after him, and he wants to know choose a person who is closest to him and who fits the criteria. The criteria is here is that the person should have less marks than him. So based on that, 3 is going to help 2 because the 2 is the first least number, and 8 is going to help 5, and again 5 is also going to help 2. 2 is going to help no one because there is no value lesser than 2 to its right, that is roll number following after him. And same thing with 25. 25 can help none, right? So this is how the problem statement works, and let's discuss the approaches to solving this problem. So the first approach, that is a brute force, is simply running 2 loops, right? So first loop is going to loop at the indices, and second loop is going to search for closest number. So this is my first loop, and second loop is going to run at this point, so this point and this point. So it will search for the matches, right? So but if you observe in the problem statement, the expected time complexity is big of n, so we have to solve it in single pass, right? So you guessed it, so we have to remove the necessity for using second loop, right? So we have to optimize it. So and see, I'm no expert in competitive programming, but so one thing to always remember is, so if we are in a situation where we have to remove a set second loop, right? So we have to think of can we implement any data structure here. So see, we are using, so we need a second loop because we want to compare the values, but can we use a data structure which can solve the same purpose, right? So since let's observe approach here. Let's say if I'm at an index 5, right? So what I want is I want to check, so are there any values which are greater than 5 to my left, right? So if I ask that question, the answer is yes. 8 is having value greater than 5, right? So and same thing follows, right? So if I'm at index 2, I'm going to now ask a question: is there any value which is greater than 2, right? So in that case, the answer is 3, because 3 is greater than 2. So 3 is greater than 2, right? So the idea here is that we are going to use a stack as a data structure, and this stack is going to store indices that are present to its left, and we are going to traverse array, that is we are going to do a single parse, and at each parse, if I find an element so which is satisfying a condition that the element at my top of the stack is compatible, that is marks is less than the index, right? So we are going to take that index and mark the values in my answer array. So this is the approach, right? So we are going to take help of a stack to solve this problem. So let's try and implement that in a code, so we'll understand it better. So as I said, so we are going to initialize an answer array. So let's initialize all to -1s of size n, and we're going to return this answer in the end. And let's implement a stack. So I'm going to implement it using list itself. So if you want to know implement the inbuilt stack, so we can implement it from collections module. There is something called as a DQ, but there is no difference, right? So you can simply use a list as a stack. So you can, for inserting, we can use append, and for popping, there is a pop inbuilt function on list as well. So list can basically be used as a stack, right? So as I said, we are going to run a loop, and I'm going to run a range based loop rather than value based loop, because since I want know those indices, because I have to manipulate the answer array using the indices, right? So instead of using value based looping, I'm going to use index based looping, right? And so it is iteration, I'm going to append this index to a stack, and before that I'm going to do a check, right? So while length of my stack is greater than so while my stack is not empty, and I'm going to check whether my current value, that is array of I, if it is less than my value at my stack, right? So but is the must top of my stack. So stk top of -1 will give me simply the element, it is a top which is at the top of the stack. And since we are only storing indices, so I have to do array of this particular index. If that's the case, right? So if the current value is less than the value at my top of the stack, so I'm going to modify the answer array. So answer array is going to take indices of stack dot pop. So pop is going to return and also remove from the stack, and so I'm going to assign answer of array of I, right? So this is what is going to happen. So at each iteration, so if my stack is not empty, I'm going to check if my current element is that is marks at my current index is less than what's at my top of the stack. So if that's the case, then the person that is top of my stack is going to help the current person. So we are going to modify my answer array, and in the end, once we are out of this loop, we are going to return that. Let's check. So we made a mistake, so it has to be stk.pop 252 -1 -1 252 -1 -1. So let's submit this and we'll check whether it is satisfying for all the conditions or not. And yes, it is satisfied, and so it is running at 70 milliseconds or something execution time. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and this is how we are going to take use of stack data structure and to solve this problem. And I hope this video was helpful, and thanks for watching and have a nice day.